harshly put, and I just want to get some things off my chest that I'm just not understanding. In bold letters, 14-year-old gang member accused of killing Newark detective will be charged as an adult. Last time I checked, anyone that's 17 years or younger is considered a minor, a teenager, not an adult. Right? Or am I wrong? Just give me a yes or no on there. It ain't even about the crime, who he killed, or anything like that. This to me is just the simple fact that we're charging kids as we see as kids until they kill someone, they charged as an adult. Now, let me give you the reason why they like to charge teenagers as adults when an opportunity arises. The reason they charge teenagers and minors as an adult, like this 14-year-old here in this case, is because they made an adult decision and they feel like they know right from wrong. And the crime they feel is so heinous that they have to charge them as an adult because they knew killing someone is bad. So they made the choice, they made an adult decision, they made the choice to kill someone. So that is why they charge minors and teenagers as adults, depending on the crime, which I believe is super unfair. Either these kids are kids or they're not kids. Okay, let's move on to the next case. Teen beat grandmother to death in Broward. Prosecutors say she now charged as an adult. This teen is a 14-year-old girl. So it don't matter if it's a male or female. Unfortunately, killed her grandmother for whatever reason. That's not the point here. But now they're charging her also as an adult because she made an adult decision. So they're charging her as an adult. Okay. I believe she's a minor. She's just a teenager. But different than everyone else, I'm sure. And I understand the significance of the crime. Obviously, it is wrong. It is never right to put your hands on anyone unless you're defending your honor and your family's honor. And it's never right to kill someone unless your life or your family life is in danger. That's just how I look at it. You can be different. That's okay. But she's 14 years old. She killed her grandmother. She should also, to me, be charged as a minor because she is a minor. She's 14 years old. She's not 18 years or older. In America, that's what we consider an adult, 18 years or older. She is 14 years old. And they're charging her as an adult because the nature of the crime. Okay, fine. Let's leave it at that. So these teenagers are being charged as adults because they made a decision. They made an adult decision to commit this crime. Now, let's look at it from a different side of the coin. A Florida nurse accused of having sex with her 15-year-old stepson, and she is going to be charged with the crime of having sex with the minor. Her license been revoked, the whole nine. And no matter why she did it. But the reason now I brought this up is because why is she being charged with anything if this 15-year-old boy made the decision, the adult decision, to have sex with this adult lady? Now, to me, if the 14-year-olds that killed someone are being charged as an adult and is being looked at as an adult because they made an adult decision, then why is this lady going to be charged with anything other than adultery? He's 15 years old. It so happens that the woman says he looks like his dad. And she was feeling a little frisky. And, he took the opportunity, the young 15-year-old, and his dad came home early and he's running to the restroom with his pants down. So clearly he knew what he was doing. He made an adult decision to do it. And yet you want to now look at him as a minor, even though he made an adult decision. Now we're going to choose to look at him as a minor and not an adult for making an adult decision. This is the problem I'm having, is because this is not fair. You can't keep choosing when the kid is a kid or when the kid is an adult. Either they are minors and kids or they are adults. It can't be both ways. You can't say this 15-year-old just killed someone last week, so we're going to charge him as an adult for that crime because he knew what he was doing, and then he get bailed out of jail, and then now he's going to have sex with his stepmother, and now you're going to charge the stepmother for having sex with a minor who's being charged for killing someone and is being charged as an adult, hypothetically. That's just how, see if that scenario was to happen. How could that be possible? Either the minors are minors or they're not. It can't be both ways. That is all I'm saying. Okay, we're going to move on. This 20-year-old had sex with a boy between, they're not 100% sure how old this teenager was, but he was between 12 and 16. So they're not sure. It could easily be 13, 14, 15, 16, 12, whatever the case may be. And she's been charged with all the things of, when you have sex with a minor type of thing. She's going to be allegedly going to be charged with that. So same situation here. If the boy was to have killed someone, they would have charged him as an adult. Let's say he got bailed out of jail and then she had sex with him. Then would they be able to still charge her then for having sex with a minor, even though he's bailed out of jail from being charged as an adult for murder? How would that work? Seriously. How would you have him being charged as an adult in one case and being charged and being in another case considered a minor from someone who had sex with him that was an adult? How would that work? Would that ever be possible? Could that ever happen? If we ever see that happen, I would love to see how both cases worked. And how could that be possible? I'm sure that's going to trip them up, and they're going to have to figure something out then at that point, because you can't have it both ways in that scenario. You just can't. Okay, so let's switch it over to one more thing, shall we? And this happened a while ago, but this still is significant to what we're discussing today. In Atlanta, I believe Janalo Wilson, a 17-year-old star football player back in like 2007, honor roll student, he was arrested the day that he was supposed to take his SATs after the police saw a video showing him receiving oral sex from a 15-year-old girl at a 2003 New York Eve's party. Okay, so back in 2003. And he was 17, the girl was 15. 2 years apart. Are you kidding me? And he had to register as a sex offender. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison and a lifetime on Georgia's sex offender registry. 2 years apart from the 15-year-old, and he was 17. She admit that it was consensual. He didn't force her to do this. He didn't do anything malicious. They liked each other. They both have feelings for each other at some point. They both wanted this to happen. They both agreed that this was happening. And yet, he's been charged. He got charged 10 years in prison. Are you kidding? This is what needs to change. This has to stop. If teenagers are going to be charged as an adult when they kill someone, then they need to be charged, or they need to be found as an adult when they make these sexual decisions with people older than them. It can't be both ways. It just can't. This has to change. This clearly is wrong on so many levels. And I'm not accusing any teenager of killing anyone as it's okay or anything like that. Yes, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. I get it. And I'm all for, giving them the proper punishment to fit the crime, but as minors, because they are minors. They're not adults. They can't be an adult at 14 because they killed someone, and then be a minor at 14 because they had sex with someone that was an adult, 18 or older. Like, it just can't, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So just stop doing that. Either teenagers are minors or teenagers are adults, or change the law of adult in America. As simple as that. Change it for as soon as you hit 13 and up, you're an adult. There, that solves that problem. I mean, y'all think teenagers, for some reason, if they have sex with an adult, the adult was the one who maliciously did something, groomed them. Y'all like to use these triggering words. Like, no. Like, if these kids are old enough and smart enough to know what's right and wrong when they kill someone, weren't they old enough and smart enough to know when they been groomed, or when someone convinced them to have sex with them? Like, why all of a sudden they're a child when they have sex with an adult, but they're not a child when they kill someone? It's just, you can't have it both ways is all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm trying to get across here. Stop trying to have it both ways. What's good for the goose should be good for the gander. So if it's okay for them to be an adult when they kill someone, then it should be okay when an adult have sex with them as well. Period, point blank. And I'm not condoning any kind of like kiddie stuff or nothing like that. I'm just saying, because I'm tired. What my issue is, I'm tired of seeing these kids get charged as an adult when they do the most heinous of crimes. Like, they still kids in the end. So why are we like forcing them to be adults or charge them as adults when they're kids doing a crime? They're not adults doing the crime. They're literally kids doing the crime. Yeah, it's bad. But still, just because it's bad and it's the worst thing possible, don't mean we still shouldn't look at them as kids. We should get them some help. I get how everyone may look and things like that. I understand, but this has to stop. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. They can't be both minors and adults when it fits your narrative. That is all I'm saying. Tell me what y'all think in the comments about teenagers being charged as an adult. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the like button. I just want to know what other people's opinions, or is there anyone out there who thought about this at one point in time or think like this? Kids should be charged as kids and not adults. That's it. But tell me what y'all think. Thank y'all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace.